In this video, we are going to see how we can handle the complete payroll in Teleprime. So most of the people handle the payroll in Microsoft Excel, as you can see here in this sheet as well, but it can be easily dealt with in Teleprime as well. Let me show you how. But before that, I need you to download this file with the resources section of this video so that you can follow along. So I'll show you exactly how you can enter all of these details in Teleprime. So let's jump into it and see the complete procedure. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll shut this company and create a brand new company to deal with the payroll. So first of all, just click on the company and select shut company option and shut this company. If it asks you for the confirmation, just click yes. And now we see this screen where we can create a brand new company. Just double click here on create company option and that should take you to this company creation screen. Now the company name will be new payroll company and I'll keep all of this information as it is, and you can change the financial year and hit enter and accept, or otherwise press Ctrl A to accept. If you want to enable some more features, you can do so here after the company is created successfully. So maintain payroll. I want to enable this particular option here. Change it to yes, press Ctrl A, and that should enable the payroll option. Now from here in the gateway of Tele, you don't see any particular change, but when we go to the create option, we see a separate category called payroll masters, where we have the option to create the employee groups, employees, units, attendance, pay heads, and payroll voucher types. So from here, since the first option is self-explanatory, in the payroll masters, we first create employee group. So just go in this option. So here we basically group the employees together according to their departments. Like accounts department, all employees related to accounts department will go in here. Press Ctrl A. Similarly, we can do sales and marketing. This is the group where all the sales and marketing employees are. Press Ctrl A. And finally, we have human resources or HR. Ctrl A. Once this is done, just go back by pressing escape and escape again. And after that, we will create units of work. Just go in here. Now units is simply how the employee salary and work done can be defined. According to days and months, salary is calculated. So if there's any absent deduction or any overtime calculation, it can be according to hours, days, like this. And the monthly salary is calculated on the month's basis. So we have two units right now. D is the symbol and days is the formal name. So there's no decimal places because day can be either 1 or 2. Ctrl A. Then we have M. The formal name is months and we don't have any decimal place for that. Ctrl A. It can also be in hours, like I said, that for all the overtime work, we can calculate it in hours. So just write hours here, Ctrl A, and we can also calculate it in minutes. So let's write min here, minutes, Ctrl A. Then we need to combine the units so that they can interrelate each other. We have to define that 1 month is equal to 30 days and 1 hour is equal to 30 minutes. We need to relate all of these units as well. For that, we need compound units. So I'll just go to the type and change it to compound. And we will define here that hour of 60 minutes. We have an hour of 60 minutes, accept, and we have a month of 30 days. Then I'll go back, press escape and escape. Then we have the attendance and production type right here. Just go in here. So the attendance type can be either the person can be present or employee can be present. It's primary. And if it is present, the attendance type will be attendance or leave with pay. Just select that, accept. Or otherwise, he can be absent. So under primary, and it will be leave without pay because he is absent. Accept. And also if he is doing overtime, it's under basic and it's according to the production days. And here the production days can be anything. If you're in the manufacturing sector, then the employees can be given hours of salary as well. But since the simple calculation is extra days that they have worked, so I'll just define it as days here. And now let's go back to create the pay heads. The next option we have is pay heads. Just go in here. I'll set it to basic salary. So basic salary is basically set to earnings for employees. Income type, is it a fixed salary? Yes, it is. And it goes under indirect expenses. Now it asks you, does it affect the net salary? Yes, it does. Name to be displayed in payslip is basic salary? Yes. And do you want to use this basic salary for gratuity? Choose yes. And how that will be calculated, I'll just choose here that it is calculated on attendance and on present days, and calculation period is days. Now let's save it, press Ctrl A. Now just remember that we have already created the present, so we don't need to create another element for absent. We will just directly move to overtime. Define overtime here. And it is also based on earnings for employees, fixed, or it can be variable, and it also goes in indirect expenses. Does it affect the salary? Yes. Name to be displayed as overtime? Yes. And it will not be used for gratuity, and the calculation type will be on the production, and overtime elements is right here, production type, and rounding method is not applicable. Press Ctrl A. Now there can be some kind of advances by employees as well. They might take some salary in advance, so we have to mention that as well. Advances is another pay head element, and it can be deduction from employees. I'll just choose that. And it can be called current asset because when we have given advances to the employees, it can be an asset, but when we receive that, we will reduce that asset and charge it as an expense against the salary. So current asset is the right area. Does it affect the net salary? Yes. And the display type will be employee advances, or you can write anything or keep it as it is. And it will be under user defined value. I'll keep it as it is. Press Ctrl A. And now we have another element which is withholding tax. And it is basically deductions from employees because we deduct this amount, but that is a liability on us because we have collected this tax from our employees for the government. So we need to pay that to the government. So current liabilities is the right area. Affect net salary? Yes, it does. Withholding tax is the name to be displayed on payslip. And it will be calculated as a computed value. So I'll choose that in the calculation type. Now, as you select the computed value, you can see that there is a computation chart on our right. So we will configure that. So I'll just ignore this rounding and I'll choose the formula to be on the specified formula. Once it asks for the method of computation, I'll choose that. Now I want to calculate all the withholding tax on the basic salary. So I'll choose that, hit enter and end of the list. Now here I'll just press enter because it is effective from the start of the year. Hit enter and hit enter, just ignore that. And the slab type will be percentage. And let's say that this is 10% of the basic salary. And just enter and accept, or otherwise press Ctrl A. Now we will go back and click on employee to create our employees here. And this is the single employee creation mode. So the first employee name is this one. I'll just copy the name here, paste it right here, press tab and tab to go on the line which says under. Now this employee is from the accounts and finance department. So I'll choose accounts department here. Date of joining is this one right here. I'll just copy the date, paste it right here. And do you want to define the salary details? Yes, we do. Hit enter. Now the employee particulars will be effective from 1st of March because that's what the joining date is. And he is given the basic salary. We will just simply define the salary elements here. for their payslip or for their salary creation. So they are entitled to basic salary, which is 40,000. Just paste here, and it will be calculated according to days. Hit enter. Second element is they are also entitled to advances. And this is deductions from employee from the user defined value. That means there is no fixed advance which we can mention here. It depends on the activity of the employee. Whenever they take advance from us, we can deduct it. The employee is also entitled to overtime. And basically what we will do is divide the 40,000 with 30. So if we divide that 40,000 divide by 30, the amount that comes is 1333. So I'll just copy that, and this is according to days. So whenever an employee is working overtime, we get them or give them full day of salary. So press tab, and then we will select withholding tax they are entitled to, and then select end of list. Press Ctrl A, and the same thing will be followed for all the employees. We can also mention all the general information, which is pretty simple: their gender, location, function, designation. So you can define all of this, and after that just go back and go back again to go in the transaction and click on vouchers. And then we will click on the other vouchers, because only then we should be able to see the payroll vouchers here. So first of all, we have the payroll and attendance. I'll go to attendance here, and here we have Marine Temur. This employee is saved. Hit enter. If it is not saved, that means you might have made the mistake and you haven't saved it properly by pressing the Ctrl A button. So just go back and create once again by using the simple method, and then you should be able to see that. And we will just simply mention the attendance of Marine Temur to calculate its salary. Present was 19 days and 11 days she was absent. So I'll choose present here, 19 days. And also Marine Temur was absent for how many days? 11 days. And Marine Temur had overtime for how many days? 2 days. Right here it's mentioned. So I'll just choose the name again, and it's also entitled to overtime equal to 2 days. So this one is just an example where I have entered all the elements. Hit enter, end of list, and we can mention the narration here, anything we want, and then press Ctrl A. But the salary is entitled to normally on the 31st. So I'll just mention the 31st date. Make sure you always mention 31st here. So Ctrl A. And now after that, we will click on other vouchers and select payroll here. And from here, I'll just choose cash here, choose the employee name. Okay, one thing that I forgot to create is the salary payable. So I'll just go to the masters and click on create, and click on the pay heads again, and just write here salary payable. And it's not applicable in the payhead type. Just we will select the current liabilities here. Press Ctrl A. Now our payheads is now created. I'll now go to create again and click on payroll voucher type. And finally, we will define it as payslip. You can define anything you want. And I'll choose here payroll. And I'll keep all the rest of the options as it is. Print voucher after saving, I'll choose it no. And press Ctrl A. If you want to edit something, what you need to do is just go to the alter, and let's say I want to edit the voucher type, and it's of payslip, and let's say I want to name the class as payslip or salary slip as well. So I'll just write here salary slip, Ctrl A, and that's how you can edit that. Now we have already defined the attendance, and we have created the employee as well. And also we have defined all the elements for the payslip. After that, we need to fill the salary details. So I'll click on vouchers and just press Ctrl F4 from your keyboard, and then choose payslip here. Class, I'll choose it as salary slip. And on our right, we can see the autofill options. Either we can click here directly, or otherwise we can use the combination of control and press F here. Payroll autofill, it says, select that. So first of all, the process list will be based on salary or user defined. So for example, we want to user define first. So click on user defined, and it's from 1st of January till 31st of January. And after that, enter, and we have different employees here. If you want to create it for all the employees, we can click on all items. Otherwise you can just select a particular one. Let's go with it and sort by employee name or employee numbers only. So we haven't mentioned any employee numbers, so I'll just go with employee name and keep this one to yes as well. Hit enter. After that, for Mary and Temur, he will ask you the advances amount. So let's quickly mention that the advances is 5,000. I'll just mention that. Okay, now that everything is defined, we will go to the vouchers in order to create the full pay slip or process the salary for that particular employee. I'll just click on vouchers. I am on the pay slip, but if you want to create the pay slip and you can't find the option here, just go to other vouchers here and select the salary slip. Make sure you select this one right here. Select the employee. And after that, first of all, we will mention all the other details like advances. And after that, we will mention some other details first before mentioning the others. So for example, if the employee has taken some advances, all the stuff from here, I'll mention that. 5,000 is the employee advance. I'll mention that. Overtime or withholding tax. So withholding tax is this one right here. Paste it. And we have the overtime as well. So the overtime calculation is this one right here. Paste it and end of list. And after that, just keep it as it is and click on autofill. Payroll autofill, process list from the salary. And we will define this from 1st of January till 31st of January and keep all the stuff as it is. Hit enter. Now, basically what we have done here is we will define the fields of the user defined values first, and then it should automatically take the other information right here. So as we can see, the salary is now calculated. Press Ctrl A, and that's how we calculate the salary. Now let me just show you the details here in the report. I'll just go back, just go to display more reports and click on trial balance. And in the indirect expenses, we have the basic salary and overtime. And in current assets, we have cash in hand and advances. And in the current liabilities, we have withholding tax. So this is a pretty straightforward process. The only thing is, since we are configuring everything for the first time, that's why we took some time. Otherwise, it's very simple to create, and we will follow the exact same procedure every single time for all the employees. Okay, let me show you the payslip as well. Go to display more reports and click on the payroll reports and select payslip here. From the accounts department, or for this particular employee, I'll just extract that. So as we can see here, complete payslip list is defined. If we have defined all of these information, it would have popped up here. And after that, if we want to print that, just click print from here, print the current report. And if you want to see the preview of it, here is how it looks. And click on zoom, and this is how it looks. Also, it is as defined in dollar terms as well. So right now I just taken the example of rupees, but since our company is set to dollars, that's why it's showing right here. So, but this example was on rupees. So even if we want to configure that, let me show you how we can adjust that. Click on the company and alter the company, alter this one right here. And let's see, it is to Indian rupees, and the currency is rupees, Control A. And now if I access the company, go to the payslip and select the employee. Now we are in rupees. And if we print that in the report, we have it shown right here in rupees, as we can see. And this is how you can process the complete payroll in TelePrime. Just try this by yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.